So pretty much now that I've found out the first two steps, which was reconnaissance and exploitation, the exploitation phase pretty much showed how the attacker was able to use a brute force attack to get into our CMS and log in as an admin. They were able to log in by using the brute force. So step three would be the installation phase. Installation phase is probably one of the most important ones. So pretty much now that the attacker has gotten access, they're looking for persistence and they're trying to gain more control of the system so they can do what they want to do. So in this phase, I'm going to investigate how the attacker was able to upload a malicious file onto this to our web server, what that malicious file was. I can also check out the hash using some different tools, but this is installation. So we're pretty much, the attacker's mindset here was pretty much, now that he's gotten access, it's time to install some things onto the CMS to get more control. And pretty much what I'm going to do is come back to my Splunk and we're going to get the search going. So we got our index. So we got there. And I'm going to use the IP address for the CMS, or where our web server is running on. It's running on this 9250, which is pretty much where our IP address is running from. And source type is going to be HTTP. And I'm going to put a wildcard here, and because I know that a file is probably going to have a .exe. I'm going to look for file. And I do see that there's a 3791.exe. So this could be the file name. It's pretty much just looking for .exe. Now that I see the file name, I can start answering some questions. So pretty much this is the file. There could be so much malicious information in here. So sysmonitor pretty much is like the, it's like a pretty much gives me information, event IDs. Event ID 1 is pretty much like process creation. It provides extended information about a newly created process. The full command line provides context on the process execution. The most important thing that we're looking for, it also shows the hash of the file. So we're able to see the file along with the hash. And we can see much more information about. So I'm going to go to source type, XML win event log. And I'm going to look for the event ID or event code 1, because 1 is pretty much what we want. So event ID 1 is pretty much going to show us like the hash. And there we go. So we get 3 hashes. So we're looking for MD5 hash. Here's many ones. So pretty much this is the information that we're looking for as far as, so now that we know that the file or the program was executable, the file name was 3791. We get that here. Joomla. So the attacker was able to upload this file. And this is the hash of that file. And I'm going to search this hash on VirusTotal. Before we do that, let's see the user. Before I do that, I'm going to see the user that uploaded it, what the username is. And it looks like it's this. NT Authority. I don't want to get too deep. So yeah, that's the username. So this user executed the program on the server. This is the information about the login. So once he pretty much did what the install step is made for, which is like installing malicious files or what have you. So we're going to go to VirusTotal. I'm pretty much going to be able to get more information about this hash. Let's try this. Okay, so 60 security vendors and no sandboxes flag this as malicious. So 60 security vendors, that's a lot. We need to get detection. These are different scanners. I guess that's scanned. That's their analysis. Details. It's first created in 2009. So it's a target machine. We get sections, we get text information. It's the entropy. Check out the behavior. So IP traffic. These files deleted. And it drops its own set of files. Run shell commands. terminates the processes. This is just the behavior that it is. Okay, so there's a name associated with this that I'm supposed to find. So I'll go back to detection. So 32, actually. I guess it's going to be ab.exe. It's the file name associated. I don't know if they have other information on that. So now that the attacker has successfully uploaded malicious file onto the CMS, pretty much the ball is in their court now as far as what that specific file, in our case, ab.exe, whatever it does, it's to the detriment of the company, because at this point it has already been executed and it's been installed. So now move on to the next step.